Do-san. Right, the next pattern we're going to do is Do-san. So, you've already seen me do the pattern in my own time, as if you're watching me. Now I'm going to break it down and explain the pattern. When I get to the bit of the pattern where I'm facing the other direction, I'm going to change the camera angle so you can see it, so you can see me through the whole pattern. Now the first movement of Do-san, I'm going to step out with my left leg into a high outer forearm block in a walking stance. Now I'm going to go down, up, down into a walking stance, obverse punch. From there now, I'm going to turn on my foot on my centre line. I'm going to step across and go into my high outer forearm block. Now this is where I see a lot of mistakes, people bringing their feet together. So make sure when you're going from this movement, you step into your centre line, step back across into your walking stance. From there, I'm going to go down, up, down, reverse punch. So reverse means opposite arm to which leg is in front. Now I'm going to bring my left leg in. I'm going to bring my left leg in, step out onto the centre line now in a knife hand guarding block. From there, I'm going to step forward into a walking stance, fingertip thrust. This hand now is like a downward palm block, some people say, but it's also just a reaction hand coming in. So imagine you're knocking something down and striking. But this is a reaction hand to help you get power in the block. From there now, you're going to shout on this movement. So this is where the first shout in the pattern is. Then I'm going to turn my hand flat and go onto the balls of my foot, almost like in a mini sitting stance. This is a transitional move to take you into the next step. So I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to turn over my shoulder into a high walking stance, back fist strike. So the movement before was a release, so imagine someone's grabbing your hand and you're breaking out of it and then coming through to back fist them. Now I'm going to step forward into another high back fist strike. Then I'm going to pivot on my front foot, so on my right foot, turning to this direction. So when I turn out now, I'm going to go into my walking stance, high outer forearm block. I'm going to go down, up, down, into a walking stance, punch, middle. I'm going to turn on the spot again, and I go into my high outer forearm block, down, up, down, reverse punch, middle. Now I'm going to bring my left leg in. I'm going to step out now at an angle. So there's my centre line. I'm going to step off out at about a 45-degree angle. So off to the corner of the room into a wedge-in block. Now when I do my wedge-in block, both hands are involved, as you've seen on the basic blocking video. My knuckles are in line with my eyes, my arms are shoulder width apart. So I'm wedging now to stop someone grabbing me. I'm going to deliver a middle front snap kick, landing now into 2 punches in fast motion. So I'm going to do a lead and a rear punch, so obverse, reverse punch in fast motion. Now I'm going to bring my front leg in, step across the other corner of the room into a wedge-in block. Then I'm going to do a middle front snap kick, 2 punches again in fast motion. Now I'm going to bring my front leg in, back into the centre line. So my left leg comes in, my left leg goes back out onto that centre line into a rising block. I'm going to deliver another rising block now and shout. So this is the second shout of the pattern. Now I'm going to turn over my rising block shoulder. Now I've turned over my shoulder and I'm going into a sitting stance, side knife hand strike. Now I'm going to bring my feet together, step out to the other side knife hand strike, shouting Do-san. So these strikes are middle section, then my right leg was the last one to move, and I'm going to bring it back to my ready position. Now a couple of important things now in Do-san. So a lot of people get confused at the wedge-in block. So when you're in the wedge-in block, the way to remember which hand to punch with is whichever leg's in front, this is the hand that's going to reach to get power for my technique. So if I'm in my wedge-in block, when I kick, I'm going to reach with my left hand, because my left leg's in front. I'm going to deliver 2 punches in fast motion. So the way it's designed, fast motion, is to get 2 quick successive punches in with a bit of urgency. So I'm going to step forward, punch, come up on the ball of my foot, sink back down into the second punch. So they're boom, boom, nice and fast, nice and strong. The second part people tend to get confused with in Do-san is the release from grab. So from there, most people now, you tend to shout on this movement, but I often see people shouting on this movement. So you want to make sure the shout is on the fingertip thrust. From there now, you're going to imagine someone's grabbing your hand, you twist the hand flat, go onto the ball of your foot to release, then you're going to turn, and then you're going to strike. Make sure you keep your walking stance as you're striking through. The moves that you've already seen, so we already know how to do a knife hand strike from down gun. We know how to do our stances in this pattern, and the only move now that's really new is the back fist strike. So the high back fist strike comes from underneath now. So like an inner forearm block, so the blocking hand comes underneath, driving across using the back of the hand now as the striking tool into the side of somebody's face. So you're striking in, nice and strong. So again, it's a high strike in line with your eyes. So hopefully you do well now on Do-san. If there's any questions, make sure you message me and I'll go through the pattern with you.